again, just want to say, here we go. We are on our last section of this unit. We're graphing systems of linear inequalities. Those are less than equal to, greater than equal to. You've done them before. We've graphed them singly. Remember, it's the one where we have to decide if the line is solid or dashed. We have to pick a point and shade on one side of the line or the other. This time we're just going to do it twice, okay, or 3 times or 4 times, 5 times, just depending on how many equations we have. We're going to do that. So here we go. Our goal is you will solve systems of linear inequalities by graphing, and we'll be able to identify whether a given point is in the solution area or not. So we'll talk about whether it's in the solution area in just a few moments and how we tell if it's in there or not. Okay, so let's go to our QOD today. How do we know if a given point is the solution to the system of linear inequalities? That is your QOD. How do we know if it's a solution or not? And usually we have to look at it graphically. Although if they're giving me a point, I can plug it in and find out algebraically if it's a solution or not. But we want to talk really graphically. How do we know if it's a solution or not? And this is very important because on our new CRTs, this is a big point. Okay, be able to look at a graph and interpret it. So here we go. So we're going to graph it. In order to graph them, we have to put them into slope-intercept form, just like we did when we were graphing equations, only this time we have an inequality sign. So I have equation A, and I have equation B. So it's equation A says x plus y is less than 3. Solve for y, so I'm going to subtract x. And I have y is less than negative x plus 3. My slope is going to be negative 1 over 1. My y-intercept is going to be 3. Okay. And we have another question with this one. What type of line am I going to have? Is it going to be solid or is it going to be dashed? Well, in this case, because it's less than, it's going to be a dashed line. Okay? So let's go ahead and graph this. So my y-intercept's 3. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, and then down 1 over 1. Or again, I could go up 1, back 1. Okay, and I'm going to put a dashed line in there. I may have to change the color because I'm not sure I have a dashed line or not. There we go. I think that's actually dashed, and I think it's actually green. We may be in luck. Oh, I was so wrong. That's okay, we can change it. So, here we go. Let's go to our properties of our line. And we need it to be dashed. Okay, and I'm going to make it just a little bit thicker so it's a little easier to see. And it's green, it's the right color. So, here we go. Got my dashed line here. Okay, good, awesome. So now we need to pick a point, right? And we need to decide what color to shade, what side to shade our equation. So, you know me, I like doing it easy. So I'm going to pick 0, 0 because it's not on my line, right? So I'm going to pick my point 0, 0, and I'm going to plug it in to this equation. So this is my x, this is my y. 0 is less than negative 0 plus 3, or is 0 less than 3? Is that true or false? Is 0 less than true? Is 0 less than 3? Well, yeah, that's true. Okay, so if it's true, I'm going to shade in the side that's got 0, 0. And I'm just not going to really shade it in dark yet because I still have another line that I have to graph on this graph. So I'm going to make this a little bit smaller here. Why didn't it? Oh, because of my error. I'm like, why is it not doing that? Okay, let's group that together. See, I'm getting all confused, you guys. It's the last part of our unit, and I'm all... There we go. Move out of our way here a little bit. Awesome. Okay, so now I'm going to take my other line, which is line B, and I'm going to do exactly the same thing, right? So x plus 4y is greater than or equal to 0. Subtract x, and I get 4y is greater than or equal to negative x. Divide by 4, and I get y is greater than or equal to negative 1/4 x, where my slope is negative 1/4, and my y-intercept is 0. Excellent, you guys. So here we go. 0 is my y-intercept. I'm going to go down 1 and forward 4. Down 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. Down 1, 1, 2, 3. Or I can go up 1 and back 4. Up 1, 1, 2, 3, back 4. Up 1, 1, 2, 3, back 4. Okay? And, oh, what type of line? We forgot to talk about that. What type of line do I have? Well, because it's an or equal to, I have a solid line. And I know we have a yellow solid line, so we're good. We're in good shape there. So here we go. Here we go. There's my line. Okay. Oh, I did pretty good. So now we need to pick a point. You guys know I usually pick 0, 0, but since 0, 0 is on the line, I can't pick it. So I'm going to pick a point that is on the x-axis because I want my x to be 0. I don't want to multiply anything by a fraction. So I am going to pick x as any point where x is 0. So let's just pick 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's pick this point right here, 5, 0. Oops, I picked the wrong one, didn't I? I want to go the other way. 0, 5. See, you guys? 1, 2, 3. I want to pick that point, 0, 5. So let's erase this little teeny point over here. Okay. So I want to pick 5, 0, 5. Okay, and I'm going to plug it into my equation here. So I get 5 is greater than or equal to negative 1/4 times 0. Well, that is 5 is greater than or equal to 0. Is that true? Well, yeah, that's true. 5 is greater than 0. Awesome. So that means I'm going to shade where my point is. I know my point's up here, so it's above my yellow line. Okay, awesome. Okay, so now notice I have 4 areas on my graph. Okay, I'm going to circle them in white for you so you can kind of see them. I have this area where only the green is true, right? Only green. Okay, I have this area where only yellow is true. So this is only my second equation. Spelled yellow wrong. Only yellow is true. And then I have this section right down here, right, where neither is true. And then I have my answer, which is where both yellow and green are true. And that's what we want, is the place where they're both true at. So this one should be good enough to see. So we want, oops, maybe not. Maybe I lied. Okay, so we want the answer that's right in here. And this is the one where my answer is true, okay? So that area right in there, let's see if I can get a different color on there so it makes it a little easier to see. What about some white? I think white would be better. So then again, maybe, oh, I guess I didn't get it. Let's try it. Oh, try it again. No, it's not working. Okay, we'll fix that later. But hopefully you guys can see that right there. This area right in here. So what I'll do is I'll just do I don't want to do the white because we colored all that in white. Okay, so this area right in here, okay, is my area that is all my answers. So any point in this area is a solution. Any point on my yellow line is a solution. Any point on my green line, not a solution, right? Because it's solid, so it's not a solution. But if it's a solid line, it's on a solution. Okay, I just wanted to point that out. Will help you with your QOD. Here we go on to our next equation. Sorry I spent so much time on that one. This one is much simpler. Before we go on, I'm just going to switch my line here. I need a solid, I need a solid yellow line. I also need to make that one a little bigger. And let's see. No, I think I need a dashed yellow line, don't I? Let's see. Yep, nope, that's dashed. And oh, that's where I need to be at, guys. See? There we go. If my head wasn't attached, you guys would be in such good shape. There we go. Okay. So I've got solid dash in both colors. Okay, now we're doing good. Okay, here we go. So let's graph. Where is the graph? Y is greater than 3. So remember, let's go ahead and say this is my B and this is my A. Remember, when it's by itself, this is going to be a horizontal line through the y-axis. So we have a dashed line. This is dashed. Okay. And my y-intercept, because it says y equals, so my b is going to equal 3 here. This one's going to be a solid line, and my b is going to equal -1. I just don't have any x. That's all that is. Okay, so here we go. So my first one's a dashed green line through y equals 3. There we go, right here. All right, that's it. Okay, so now we need to shade it in. Where is y less than 3 at? Above or below? Right, below. Good. Okay, awesome. All right, got that one. So now the next one is a dashed line, and it's through b equals -1, right here. Oops, I'm a little bit high. We'll adjust that in just a second. There we go. There we go. Okay. Now we need to find out where that one's true at. And it says y has got to be bigger, greater than -1. So that means it's the top half here. Awesome. We're going to go see if our highlighter's working this time. Let's see if we choose blue, what will happen. Okay, so our answers where they overlap. Notice there's only 3 areas this time because my lines are parallel, so there's not an area where neither one of them is true. All the areas of the graph are either true for one or the other, or both. Okay, so my answer where it's true for both, oh, that was horrible. Look, that was even harder to see than the other color. Not so good. Let's see. Let's see if we can go to bright pink. Oops, I didn't choose it. So let's try it again here. Not thinking it's not moving. Something's going on. Let's see if we can move it over here. Okay. Well, something's going on with our color tonight, so not sure what's going on here. So that's all right. We'll just deal with what it is. Let's see if we can make it darker blue. Well, that's a little better. Not really. But I hope you guys get the idea that it's this middle part right here. Sorry, I'm not sure what's going on with the smart board tonight, but there's that. Okay, so it's the area right there. We're going to go ahead and move on because we're taking too much time on this. So, next problem, we have problem A and B again. A, and we're going to do exactly the same thing. Okay. So, A is negative x plus y is greater than negative 5. Add x to both sides. Look what I did, you guys. I put an equal sign there. What was I thinking? Y is greater than x minus 5. And we're going to do the same thing to number B, letter B. I know you guys always laugh at me when I say that. Plus 3y less than or equal to 6. Subtract 4x. Okay, and I get 3y less than or equal to negative 4x plus 6. Divide by 3. Y is less than or equal to negative 4/3 x plus 2. Okay, you guys, you're finishing this for tonight. Okay, you get to finish this problem. We put it in slope-intercept form together, and now you're going to finish it off, graph it, tell me what the slope is, what the y-intercept is, whether the line's solid or dashed, pick a point, plug it in, shade it, bring it to me tomorrow, okay, with your QOD. And I think we have one more to do. I was going to make you guys do the 3 problem one, but then I decided to be nice. Okay, so I'm going to do this one. So we're going to start with, we're going to have A, B, and C this time. Okay, so I have A, and oops, let's change that. Okay, so this is going to be, oops, look, I'm going all crazy. A and A prime. I'm going to do them both in green. A prime, you guys know, is just another way to label things. And then we're going to have B. Okay? So, x is greater than 0 is just the y-axis. Okay? And it's supposed to be a solid line. It's a solid green line that goes through the x-axis at 0. There it is. We've graphed this before. You guys should know these first two. So that's why I painted them the same color, okay? So it says x is greater than 0. So it has to be positive. So we're going this way. Okay? Awesome. The second line says y is greater than 0. So that means it's going through the y-axis at 0. So it's the x-axis there. Okay? And it's got to be greater than 0. So we're up here. All right, so we've got that done. 2 of our 3 are already done. Now, usually it's not that easy because you have to put all 3 of them into slope-intercept form, like we're going to do here. Okay, so I get 3y is less than or equal to negative 2x plus 12. Divide by 3. And y is less than or equal to negative 2/3 x plus 4, where my slope is negative 2/3, and my y-intercept is 4, and I have a solid line again. Okay? I do just want to remind you guys that when we're doing inequalities, if I divide by a negative number, what happens to my sign? My inequality sign flips. I do want to remind you of that, just so you have that in the back of your head for when you're doing your homework or tomorrow in class. Okay, so I have let's put our points on first. What was I thinking? Okay, let's put our points on first. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, then I'm going to go down 2 and forward 3. 1, 2, 3. Down 2, forward 3. Up 2, back 3. 3. Up 2, 1, 2, 3. Lovely. Okay, so solid line, solid yellow line. Okay, pick a point that is not on my yellow line. It can be on my green line, it just can't be on my yellow line. So I'm going to pick the point 0, 0, and I'm going to plug it in right here. So it says 0 is less than or equal to negative 2/3 times x, which is 0, plus 4. So is 0 less than or equal to 4? Well, yes, it is, so that's true. So that means I'm going to shade in the part that contains 0, 0, which is this part right here. So where's my answer at? My answer, if I can try not to get it everywhere, is just this little part right in here. The little rectangle right in the middle is my answer for this. And usually when you have more than two equations, it's going to be the little shape that they form. And I said usually meaning, 95-ish% of the time, but you really need to check because sometimes it's the whole outside. Okay, so there we go. Again, our QOD today is how do you know if a given point is a solution to the system of linear inequalities? So we didn't really talk about that a lot today, but you should be able to tell me something about it. And you can Google or Bing or whatever it is you guys, whatever search engine we're using now. And also the one problem that you need to finish, bring that into me tomorrow. I will see you guys. Have a fantastic night. Bye.